Hi everyone, this is Jagjit, and today we're going to be covering part 2 of integrals. So we're going to be dealing with a little bit more challenging questions. Let's look at this question. We're trying to take integral of 5x squared plus 9 raised to the power 5 times 10x. Okay. Now looking at this, we realize we have two terms that are multiplying with each other. So right off the bat, it looks like a complicated question. Okay, but it's actually quite simple. I want you to first look at the main term. 5x squared plus 9 raised to the power 5. This is the term which has an exponent, okay? So we're going to call this our main term or our major term, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take the integral of our major term. So for that, you would just add 1 to the exponent and divide it by the same exponent. But there's one thing you need to realize, folks. What's my term on the inside? On the inside, I have 5x squared plus 9. So we know our final answer is going to have 5x squared plus 9. I want you to think backwards. Imagine if you were trying to take a derivative of that. What's derivative of 5x squared plus 9 going to be? Well, it's going to be 2 times 5. And it's going to be 10x. So guys, having that 10x over there is actually helping us. If we didn't have this 10x over there, it would have been really, really difficult, maybe impossible to get the derivative of that. So just remember that 10x over there is actually helping us, okay? So we've done this, we've added 1 to the exponent, divided by 6, and now we're just going to add c to that, okay? Let's try to get the derivative of this, okay? To get the derivative, we're going to multiply 6 with this, and then we're going to reduce the power by 1, so it becomes 5, we have a 6 at the bottom, times derivative of inside, which is going to give me 10x. So guys, look, the 6 is going to cancel, and we got 5x squared plus 9 raised to the power 5 times 10x, which is what we had here. Okay, so just remember, anytime you get a question like this, you're going to take your main term, add 1 to the exponent, divided by that, and ask yourself, what's the derivative of the inside main term going to be? Well, that's 10x. We already had 10x in the question, so we're good for that, okay? We don't need to do anything else. And you're just going to add c, and you're going to be done with your answer, okay? Let's do a couple more examples. So next up, I'm trying to take integral of x squared times 2x cubed plus 7 raised to the power 10 dx. Okay? Again, what's my main term? It's 2x cubed plus 7 raised to the power 10. We're just going to add 1 to its exponent and divide it by that. But now you need to ask yourself, what's the derivative of the inside term going to be? Well, the derivative of the inside term, okay, if you try to get the derivative of this, that's going to be 6x squared. Derivative of the inside term is going to be 6x squared. I have x squared already, okay? So I'm good with x squared, but what's going to happen is I'm going to end up with the extra 6 at the top. When I take the derivative of this, I'm going to end up with the extra 6 at the top, which I don't have over there. So to counter that, I'm just going to put an extra 6 at the bottom, okay? So this is just going to be 2x cubed plus 7 raised to the power 11 over 66 plus c. Now you can try getting the derivative of that. You'll end up with this term right here. Okay? Next up, we're trying to get derivative of square root of 3x minus 5 dx. Okay? So in the first step, we're going to write this as an exponent. In this case, this is our major term. We're going to add 1 to its exponent. So when you add 1 to 1 over 2, you're going to get 3 over 2. And you're going to divide it by 3 over 2, or you can just flip the 2 and bring it to the top. Okay? And we're going to have plus c. Now guys, we just need to ask ourselves, what's derivative of the inside term going to be? Well, if you take the derivative of the inside term, that's going to give you a 3. Now, we don't have that 3 in the original integral. So we need to counter that somehow. So to counter that, you're going to put another 3 at the bottom. Okay? So to counter that, you're going to put another 3 at the bottom. So you're going to end up with 2 times 3x minus 5 raised to the power 3 over 2 over 9 plus c. Okay? So as you do a couple more questions, you're going to get the hang of this, folks. Okay? So let's just keep working through these examples. Next up, we're trying to take integral of 2x minus 7 raised to the power 100. So we're going to take our main term, add 1 to its exponent, divided by that, add that plus c. Now ask yourself, what's the derivative of the inside term going to be? The derivative of the inside term is going to be 2. Well, we don't have that 2 at the top, so we need to counter it by putting that another 2 at the bottom. So this is just going to be 2x minus 7 raised to the power 101 over 101 times 2, which gives me 202 plus c. Make sure you're not forgetting the plus c, folks. Lots of kids lose marks over there. Okay? So make sure you add that plus c. Next up, we're trying to get integral of 3x squared plus 10 raised to the power 9 times x of d of x. Again, you take a major term and you're going to add 1 to its exponent, so it becomes raised to the power 10 divided by that. Okay? We're going to have some plus c, but now we need to ask yourself, what's the derivative of the inside going to be? Well, the derivative of inside is going to be 6x. Now, I have the nx over there, so I'm covered for this, but I'm going to get an extra 6 at the top. So we need to counter that by putting a 6 at the bottom. Okay? So my final answer will just be 3x squared plus 10 raised to the power 10 over 60 plus c. Okay? In the next question, we're trying to get integral of 2x squared plus 4x plus 7 raised to the power 5 times x plus 1. We're going to take our major term, which is 2x squared plus 4x plus 7, add 1 to its exponent, divided by its exponent. Now, what's the derivative of the inside term going to be? Well, that's going to be 4x plus 4, which you can rewrite this as 4 times x plus 1. So guys, we have an x plus 1 term in the original question, so we're covered for this. But we're going to end up with the extra 4 at the top. So to counter that, you're going to put that 4 at the bottom. And don't forget that plus c. So it's going to be 2x squared plus 4x plus 7 raised to the power 6 over 24 plus c. Okay? Let's do this example. So we have 3 divided by square root of 5x plus 7. So in the first step, we're going to move this term to the top and write it as an exponent. So it becomes 5x plus 7 raised to the power minus 1 over 2 dx. We're going to take our major term and we're going to add 1 to its exponent. So it becomes 1 over 2. And we're going to divide it by 1 over 2. 1 divided by 2, or you can just move that 2 to the top. Okay? Now, we need to ask ourselves, what's the derivative of the inside term going to be? Well, that's going to be 5. Do we have a 5 at the top? No. So we need to somehow counter that. So you're going to put a 5 at the bottom. Plus c. So this is just going to become 6 over 5. And you can rewrite this as a square root term. Plus c. Okay? So that's the integral for that. Let's do another example. So we're trying to take integral of square root of x plus 2 raised to the power of 5 divided by square root of x dx. So you're going to take your major term, which is square root of x plus 2, add 1 to its exponent, becomes 6 divided by 6. Okay, there's going to be plus c at the end. Now we need to ask ourselves, what's the derivative of this inside term going to be? Okay, so we're trying to get the derivative of the inside term, which you can rewrite this as x to the power 1 over 2 plus 2. Okay, well that's just going to be 1 over 2 square root of x. Okay, I'm hoping by now you're really good with the derivatives. So that's just going to be 1 over 2 square root of x. Guys, look, I have a square root of x at the bottom, so I'm covered for that already. However, now I'm going to end up with the extra 2 at the bottom. So to counter that, you're going to put an extra 2 at the top. So to counter that, you're going to put an extra 2 at the top. So this will just become square root of x plus 2 raised to the power of 6. And when you simplify 2 with 6, you're going to get 3 at the bottom plus c. Okay? So in the next question, we have 3x squared plus 10 square of d of x. Okay, you take your major term. Now, guys, this is a tricky question. If I took my major term and I added 3 and you divided by 3, then when you are going to take the derivative of the inside, you're going to get 6x. But there's no x at the top. Okay, so I'm going to run into problems with that. So we need to come up with another way of solving this. Now, guys, this is in the form of a plus b whole square. This is in the form of a plus b whole square. So we're going to expand that. What's a plus b whole square? A square plus b square plus 2ab. So a square, when you square this term, you're going to get 9x to the power 4 plus b square, that's 100, plus 2ab. So 2 times 3 is going to be 6x squared times 10, which is going to be 60x squared. And now we have really simple terms, and it's going to be very easy to get the integral for those. So that's just going to be 9x to the power 5 divided by 5 plus 100x plus 60x to the power 3 divided by 3 plus c. Okay? We can rewrite this as 9 over 5 x to the power 5 plus 100x. That's going to be plus 20 x to the power 3 plus c. Okay? So hopefully you enjoyed these questions. Okay? Keep watching. Until then, see you.